Hello everyone, welcome back to our Python complete course. Before we start today, let's quickly revision what we have learned in the previous class. So in previous class, we have learned about if, elif and else. These are statements allow us to give conditions to Python, and according to that, Python give us output. So let's start with the revision. So firstly we have if. So if a statement is used to execute a block of code only when a specific condition is right or a specific condition is true. If that specific condition is false, then we have another operator else that we use with if. Like if our condition is not true, then else, then we can print this and this is the output like this. Now if our if is not right and our else is also not right, then what? Then we have to give another condition using elif, or we can say that when we have a more than one condition, then we use elif. We can use a lot of elifs, like a thousands of time elif. There's no required that there must be a one elif or two. Okay, so what does elif do? So elif statement is used to check multiple conditions. If the first condition is false, Python checks the another condition with the using elif. So this is how if, elif and else help us to make a condition for a Python program. So now now imagine you want to print a 100 number of that I love Python using the print operator. How will you write this? If you are using print and then the I love Python, I think that take a lot of time and a lot of code. But we have another option here. This is called a loop. So let's start with this. So today we are gonna learn about loops, that how loop works and how it helps us. So let's start. Yeah. So today we are learn about what are loops. There are two types of loop: while loop and for loop. Then range of loop, break, continuous statement, pass statement, and then some practice and homework questions as we usually do. Okay, so firstly, what is loop? So a loop is a programming structure that allows us to execute the same block of code repeatedly until a condition becomes false or until all the item in a sequence has been processed. Okay, look here, the loop is a repeated a block of code multiple times. Okay, look, now if I have to print hello 3 times, the way I can use print hello, print hello, print hello, I'll use it for 3 times. Okay, but with loop, how we just I have to say that for I in range 3, like I want to print I for 3. I, what is I? So I is basically a what we can say. So I will tell you in a later. So while using loop, we just say for I in range 3, print hello. So it just tell you the range. I basically tell you the range that it will work for 0 to 3, 0 to n minus 1, means it will run for 0 to 2. Basically start from 0, 0, 1 and 2. Okay, so for 0 print hello, for when I equals to 1 print hello, and when I equals to 2 print hello, but when I equals to 3, now we just say 3, so it means it will run from 0 to 2, not for 3. Okay, so when I becomes 3, it will stop and we'll get a 3 hellos. So this is how loop works. Okay, so let's start. I think you have got that what is loops. So now there are two types of loop. The first one is while loop, the second one is for loop. So what's the difference between them? The while loop have a we can say the for loop have a range from where it have to start and where it have to end, but our while loop is an infinite loop. Okay, it don't have a range. So this is the difference. So now let's start with the while loop. So while loop execute a block of code as long as the given condition is true. Okay, before every iteration Python checks the condition. Okay, if it is true the loop continue, it become false the loop close. So the syntax is while, then condition, and in that condition then we have statements. Okay, this is the syntax of while loop. Now let's take example that we want that, wait, so here's an example that we want to print a number, okay, so here it is the example number 1, that I equals to 1. We have to choose this as a I, because so that it will start from 1, not from 0. So as we choose I equals to 1, it will start from 1, and why I equals to or smaller than equals to or greater than 5 means it will run from 1 to 5, 1 2 3 4 and 5. Okay, so look how it will work. Firstly I equals to 1, so it will check that is I is equals to 5, no. Is I smaller than 5, yes, because I equals to 1. सो आई 1 है तो 5 आ जाएगा, तो जैसे ही 1 होगा तो वो प्रिंट करा देगा आई को, और हमारा आई क्या है अभी 1. ओके, तो हमारे पास यहाँ पे अभी 1 आ जाएगा. हमारा 1 आ जाएगा. ओके, उसके बाद आई प्लस इक्वल्स टू 1 ये क्या करता है, बेसिकली इसका मतलब होता है आई इक्वल्स टू आई प्लस 1. ये हमारा शॉर्ट नोटेशन होता है, हम ऐसे लिख देते हैं. ठीक है, तो लेट मी जस्ट क्लियर दिस. या तो इसकी वजह से हमारा आई एक से एडअप हो जाएगा. लाइक अब जो आई है वो 2 बन जाएगा. तो फिर से चेक करेगा क्या आई 5 से छोटा है, जो कि है 2 अब. ओके, सो वो छोटा है, 5 जो बड़ा होता है ऑब्वियसली 2 से. तो फिर से चेक करेगा, और जब 2 आ जाएगा तो वो आके चेक करेगा और देखेगा कि ओके तो जो 2 है वो छोटा है, और प्रिंट करा देगा इस बार 2. तो हमारे पास एक नेक्स्ट लाइन में प्रिंट हो जाएगा 2. देन वो फिर से आएगा और आई को 1 से बढ़ा देगा. अब वो फिर से जाएगा, फिर से चेक करेगा कि क्या आई अभी भी 5 से छोटा है, तो देखेगा हाँ 3 के लिए. सेम विद 4 एंड 5. सो हमारे पास वो मिल जाएंगे 3 और 4. नाउ जब ये 5 के लिए आएगा तो ये 5 के लिए चेक करेगा कि 5 इक्वल्स है, तो वो देखेगा हाँ 5 तो इक्वल होता है, तो फिर से प्रिंट करा देगा और हमारे पास आ जाएगा इस बार 5. अब वो 5 को जैसे ही एक नंबर से इंक्रीज़ करेगा वो 6 बन जाएगा. ओके, और जैसे ही वो यहाँ जाके इस कंडीशन को चेक करेगा कि क्या 6 छोटा इक्वल टू है, तो वो फॉल्स हो जाएगी कंडीशन, क्योंकि 6 ना तो इक्वल होता है 5 के और ना ही छोटा होता है. सो हमारा लूप यहाँ ब्रेक हो जाएगा और हमें आउटपुट मिल जाएगा 1 2 3 4 एंड 5. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ लूप वर्क्स. नाउ हियर print countdown. So here it is a countdown. Okay, like while n is greater than 0. Okay, so n is equal to 5. So अभी ये हमारा जो लूप चलेगा वो चलेगा 5 से स्टार्ट होगा, क्योंकि n हमारा 5 है. तो आएगा, चेक करेगा क्या 5 जो है ग्रेटर देन 0 है, तो है, तो 5 को प्रिंट कराएगा, फिर उसमें से एक माइनस कर देगा तो ये 4 बच जाएगा. फिर 4 को प्रिंट कराएगा, फिर 3 को प्रिंट कराएगा, फिर 2 को प्रिंट कराएगा, फिर 1 को प्रिंट कराएगा, और जब 1 को प्रिंट करा देगा तो उसके बाद 0 को चेक करेगा, और 0 तो 0 से छोटा होता नहीं क्योंकि उसके इक्वल्स टू होता है. तो वहाँ पर ये लूप फेल हो जाएगा और हमारा लूप ख़त्म हो जाएगा और प्रिंट आ जाएगा ब्लास्ट ऑफ. बेसिकली हमारा बॉम्ब वहाँ ब्लास्ट हो जाएगा. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ व्हाइल लूप रन्स एंड इट वर्क्स. नाउ इनफाइनाइट लूप. सो इनफाइनाइट लूप हमारा होता है लाइक प्रिंट इनफाइनाइट होता है हमारा वाइल ट्रू, मीन्स जब तक ये सही है प्रिंट कराओ हेलो. सो इट ऑलवेज रन, इट जस्ट रन लाइक 1000 and crore, it won't get stopped. It's an infinite loop. Okay, so here's also written that don't run this because it's never stop and it can crash your laptop also. So I prefer not to run infinite loops. Okay, so this is our first loop. Now let's begin with our second loop, which is a for loop. For loop is a for loop is used to iterate over a sequence such as number, string, list, tuple, dictionary, and other collection. It is commonly used when we know many times we want to repeat a task. And what is the difference between this and the while loop? That it has a range from where it have to start and where it have to end also. Okay, so let's start. So the syntax of this is for variable in sequence and then our statement, like for I in range then our condition. Okay, so let's start for loop example, that for I in range 5 print I. Let's take I equals to 0. Okay, so now it will for oh no, we don't have I equals to 0. So now it will check that I equals to we have to print for I equals to 0 to 5. So it will move for 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so it will come and then print, and it's print 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, this is how our for loop work. So there is no example of for loop, I guess. Okay, let's start with the range. Now what is range? The for loop has a range in it. Okay, so range is a built-in function that generates a sequence of number. It is used in loops. Okay, like range stop, it does that start from 0 and goes up to stop -1. It's like that. Okay, like you look, it's written here that start from 0 and end at stop -1. That print and range equals to 5. So what does it mean? That range equals to 5 means move from 0 till 5 minus 1, which is 4. Okay, so it will print 0 1 2 3 and 4, not 5, because range is n minus 1. Okay, now we have to written no range like this, that range where we have to start and where we have to stop, like print for I in range 2 to 6, that move start from 2 and move to 6. So what will it print? 2 3 4 and 5, not 6, because range is n minus 1. Okay, now one more way to write a range, that start, stop, and step. Here step means like how many number you want to skip in between. Okay, so like there is it that for I in range 2 11 and 2. So what will be its output? Its output will be 2 4 6 8 and 10. Okay, that start from 2, end on 11, but have a gap of 2 between. Okay, 8. Now we have a for reverse, like for I in range 10 0 minus 1. So what does that mean? Let's start from 10, move to 0, and the gap between is -1. What does -1 mean? That there should be gap of 1. Okay, so what will be the output of this? It will just print us the 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1, not 0, because range is n minus 1, so it will just move to 1. Okay, yeah. Now loop through a string. So string are sequence of characters. A for loop can access one character at a time. Okay, so just look here that we just take a string that name equals to Python for letter in name, print letter. So what will it print? It will print us like this, P Y T H O N. It will print like this. Okay, so this is how our loop through a string works. Now we have our break statement. So break statement used is, the break statement immediately terminates the loop even if there are more iteration remaining. Okay, like imagine you are searching for your phone in the bag. As soon as you find the phone, you stop the search. Even it can be possible that you have more much thing to check, like you check your phone in the first bag and you get it, okay. तो अब ये थोड़ी है कि बाकी भी हम चेन चेक करेंगे, क्योंकि हमें तो मिल गया ना हमारा फ़ोन फर्स्ट चेन में, ठीक है। तो बेसिकली इसी के लिए होता है ब्रेक, कि हमें एक पर्टिकुलर हमारा आउटपुट चाहिए और वो हमें पहले ही आइट्रेशन में मिल गया, या फिर लेट्स सपोज हमें 5th आइट्रेशन में मिल गया और अभी हैं से 20 और 30 आइट्रेशन। तो उसके लिए हम जब वो मिल जाएगा उसको तब ब्रेक करा देंगे लूप को, तो हमारी मेमोरी स्टोर करता है, ओके। सो वो पूरे 15 आउटपुट ना दे के हमें जस्ट 5 देगा जहाँ पे हमारा आंसर आ गया है। सो ये ब्रेक होता है। सो इसको हम बहुत सिंपली यूज़ करते हैं, लाइक फॉर आई इन रेंज, देन हमारा फॉर लूप, देन हमारी कंडीशन, एंड आफ्टर दैट कंडीशन वी जस्ट यूज़ अ ब्रेक, and at last print I so that we can get a number at which it get break, okay. So we have another statement which is continue statement. So continue statement skips the current iteration and move directly to the next iteration. So what does that mean? So basically, suppose your teacher tells everyone to submit homework, okay, from roll number 10, roll number 10 skip, or maybe he can be absent, okay. Now what will happen? The roll number 11 will submit its homework. It doesn't, मतलब ये ऐसा तो नहीं होगा ना कि रोल नंबर 10 नहीं आया तो हाँ कि बाकी सब भी नहीं देंगे, नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है। सो बेसिकली हम क्या करते हैं, हम रोल नंबर 10 को स्किप कर देते हैं अगर वो एब्सेंट है तो, और बाकी 11 से बाद वाले सबमिट कर देंगे लोग को, जैसे 10 आएगा तब वो सबमिट कर देगा। तो यही कंटिन्यू करता है, तो एक आइट्रेशन को स्किप कर देता है और बाकी सबको चलने देता है, ठीक है। सो इसका भी सिंटेक्स बिल्कुल ईजी है। क्या है कि हमने फॉर आई इन रेंज 6 इफ़ आई इक्वल्स टू 3 इक्वल्स टू 3, लाइक आई जब 3 हो जाएगा तब कंटिन्यू करा दो और प्रिंट करा दो आई। तो इसका आउटपुट क्या आएगा? आउटपुट आएगा 1 2 3, 3 नहीं आएगा 4 5, बिकॉज 3 हमारा स्किप हो जाएगा और वो स्किप होके चला जाएगा 4 और 5 पर, ओके। So this is हमारा continue statement. Now we have one more statement which is pass statement. So pass statement is a placeholder. It performs no action and is used where Python expect a statement. Okay, wait, let me give an example. Like it's like writing. I'll complete this later. The program doesn't do anything here. Okay. जैसे कि मैंने कुछ बनाया, मैंने एक फंक्शन, तो अभी आगे आएगा उसमें बताऊंगा मैं आपको फंक्शन ये तभी यूज़ होता है बेसिकली, बट अभी हम बता देते हैं। जैसे कि मेरे को एक वैल्यू का कुछ काम है, बट वो मेरे को नहीं पता भी क्या काम है, मे भी मेरे को फ्यूचर में उसका यूज़ पड़े, अभी मेरे को कुछ काम नहीं है उसका, ठीक है। और मैं नहीं चाहता हूँ कि वहाँ पे मेरा अभी कोड ब्रेक हो या कुछ भी हो, तो मैं बस पास स्टेटमेंट यूज़ कर दूँगा, लाइक if this equals to this, then just pass, don't do anything, okay. It's like that. So it's like for I in range 5, if I become 2, just pass, okay, and print I. So it will give us the output same 1 2 3 4. It doesn't affect the output, okay. Now here's all the theoretical part. Let's check one more time so that you guys get more clear about this. So firstly, what is loop? So loop is a Python programming structure that allows us to execute the same block of code again and again until the condition is become false or until the sequence has been processed, okay. Now there are two types of loop, the for loop and the while loop, okay. So what is while loop? A while loop execute a block of code as long as the given condition is true, okay. Before every iteration, Python checks the condition. If it is true, the loop continues. If it become false, the loop stops, okay. The syntax is the syntax is while, then condition, then statement, simple syntax list. It's an infinite loop also, okay. Like I have a example, like while true, just print anything, so it will just print infinitely time. Then we have another loop which is a for loop. So for loop is used to iterate over a sequence such as number, string, list, tuple and other collection. It is commonly used when we know how many time we want to repeat a task, like we have a range, okay, like from where it have to start and where it have to end. The syntax for this is for I in range, then our condition, okay. Then we have range. So range is a built-in Python function that generates a sequence of number. It's mostly used with for loop because for loop have a range in it. So range start from, it's like a range, it has three way to write it: range stop, range start stop, and range start stop and step. So range stop just move from 0 and stop at the stop. Then we have start stop, that range start from this and end from this, like range 2 to 5 means start from 2 and end to 5 minus 1, which is 4. Then we have step 1, that range start stop and step. And let's say 2, 11 and 2, this is an example, so it will just start from 2 and stop on 11 means just on 10 and have a difference of 2 in it, okay. Then we have loop through string. So loop through string means, like string are the sequence of characters, so a for loop can access in them by word at a time, or we can say a character by a time, like pyd is like this. Then we have three statement: break, continue and pass. Break just break just terminate the loop where the condition meet. Continue just skip the condition where it meet, and then rest the loop works. And pass is just like I will use it in the future, you just pass it now, and the loop just go as it is, okay. So this is the theory, and now we can start with our practice questions, okay. So let me comment this out so that now we can all see the output. Just wait. Okay, nice. So here's our first problem, that we have to print number 1 to 10, 1 to 10. So for simply we just use like print 1, 2, print 3, print 4. This is a long way, so we'll just use a loop. Let's say we will take a for loop, then we take a while loop. We'll use both the loops. That for I in range 1 to 11, because it will move from 11 minus 1, which is 10, and print I. Wait, let me just comment this out. So you can see that 1 to 10 is there, okay. Now let's take a for while loop. While, let's take I equals to 0, I is greater than 11, print I. Wait, terminal will be refused by the task. Wait. Okay. Why the terminal is not working properly? Just wait, let me check. That while I is greater than 11, print I. So it should be correct, maybe, according to me. Wait. Well, incrementation still while I is greater than 11. Oh wait, yeah, look now. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Sorry for that, I just used the wrong symbol. Sorry for that. Let's move to our next question. The next question is even number. So how will check the even number? So even number have a pattern, they have a gap of 2 between them, so just we will use the for loop with the range of steps. So for I in range, start, stop and step, and then just print I. Yeah, so it will print your even numbers. Just look at that: 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 16 18 20. Just look here. Okay, now third question, that we have to write table of 7. Okay, let's start. So for table of 7, we have to show it like this: 7 into 1 equals to 7. This is how we want. Okay, so for that, let's take a number n equals to 7, so that we can use it like multiplication. Now for I in range, the table is 0 to 11, because 1 to 11, like starting from 1 and n to 10, and print n into I. This means 7 cross I, which is 1 to 10, then comma, then equals to, then comma, n into I. Now here's our table. Wait, let me just comment the upper section. Yeah, look, 7 7 2 wait, oh, I wrote here. Yeah, now it's correct. 7 7 14 21 28 35 42 49 56 63 and 70. So this is how we can write a table using that. Okay, you can take anything, just like if you want 15. Okay, nothing we won't have to change. Just look here, it's 15 now. Okay, so this is a way we can use to write a table also. For loop is, we can use a while loop also there, that n equals to 5, that while I is smaller than 11. Okay, and then we can print this. Okay, if you want, then I can show you. Wait, let me show you. N equals to, let's say 7 again, let's say 9. Okay, and I equals to 0, I equals to 1, while I smaller than 11, print, wait, we just have to print the same thing, so I just copied and pressed it here. Oh wait, I equals to I plus 1, so that it can increase it. Okay, now I is 1, so yeah, oh wow, it become a, wait, I have to firstly comment this out so that I can terminate this. Yeah, that's better. That infinite loop start, and that's why there will be no wait, we have to uncomment this and uncomment this. Okay, so it will print that 9 into 1 equals to 9 into 1. Okay, and then it will iterate this by then it will increase I by 1, and this will check here. that is 2 is smaller than 11, that is yes. So here is it. Okay. So now we have another question. Yeah, factorial. Okay, that's nice concept. So basically, do you know what is factorial, guys? So factorial is a positive integer is the product of all the positive number from 1 to that number. Like factorial of 5, इसका मतलब क्या है? That 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. This is what factorial means. Okay. Let's say 3 का factorial क्या होगा? So 3 का factorial होगा 1 into 2 into 3. So वो क्या होगा हमारा 6. 5 का 5 का होता है हमारा 120. ऐसे ही 4 का कहेंगे तो 4 का होगा 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 which is equals to 4 3 are 12 and 12 to 24. Okay. Okay, so for that let's use for loop that n equals to, let's say, 6. Okay, and fact equals to 1. Fact is factorial. Okay, so for I in range 1 to n plus 1, because we don't want that it will move from n minus 1, we want it have to multiply till n. So we will take the range to n plus 1 so that it will multiply till n. And fact equals to fact plus into I. Okay, and then just print I. Now you can see that I am printing it out of the I. We are printing in I, but we print it in, outside the for. Why? Because I just want a one output. If I put it inside, it will give me like 1, then 1 into 2, say that is basically 2, then it will give me a 6 because 2 into 3, then it will give me 24, then 120, and then the factorial of 6. But I just want a one output, that is factorial of 6. That's why I do this. So wait, number 6. Fact equals to fact I for I in range. Yeah, that should be correct. Oh wait, look, 720. 720 is a factorial of 6. Now let's take 5. Wait, let's take a input value. Okay, now we can give it. We want 5, 120. I guess it's much better now. Let's take 7. 5040 is a factorial of 7. Input is much better. Okay, so this is how the factorial works. So now we have another practice problem, which is sum from 1 to n. Okay, like we have n number of terms and now we want a sum of all of them. Okay, so let's start with input. So we will take n equals to int input. That will be the number how मतलब हमें कितने नंबर तक उसका एडिशन चाहिए. लाइक इफ मैं उसको 5 दूंगा तो 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5 मेरे को आउटपुट में देगा. ओके, विच विल बी 15 आई गेस. सो 5 4 9, या विच विल बी 15. ओके, सो द आउटपुट विल बी 15. सो दिस हाउ इट वर्क्स. तो मैं उसको 15 एज अ इनपुट में 5 एज अ इनपुट दूंगा, तो मेरे को डायरेक्ट आउटपुट दे देगा. ठीक है, अब हम अपना लूप चलाते हैं. दैट टोटल सम इक्वल्स टू, अभी 0 रखते हैं क्योंकि फॉर लूप उसको चेंज कर देगा. दैट फॉर आई इन रेंज 1 to n + 1, बिकॉज हमें फिर से एडिशन चाहिए n तक, ना कि n - 1 तक. तो हम n + 1 लेंगे रेंज में. टोटल इक्वल्स टू हो जाएगा टोटल प्लस आई, और प्रिंट करा देंगे क्योंकि हमें एक ही आउटपुट चाहिए, तो हम फॉर लूप के बाहर लेके जाएंगे टोटल. ओके, so let's give a number 5, so answer is 15. Let's give a number 7, let's give 8, so 36. Let's take a big number. Okay, 96, let's say. So 96 will be 4 6 and 5 6. Okay, so this is how we can use all the for loop for that. Now we have another practice problem, which is practice problem number 6. we have a lot of practice problem today. The next is prime number, that how will you get a prime number. Okay, so for prime number you can check that there is no condition like even and odd that we can use step. No, we just have to check it. Okay, so let's start. n equals to int input, we will हम उसे नंबर देंगे और वो चेक करके बताएगा that it is prime or not. Okay, so prime equals to true at the first, क्योंकि फिर वो for loop को चेंज कर देगा. For I in range 2 2, because 1 is not prime, 1 is also, wait, we will taking 2 and we will taking 2 from 2 because we all know that prime number start from 2. Okay, 1 is neither prime nor composite. 2 to n, because it will move to n minus 1 and check all the number. Okay, so let's go. Now we'll use a statement like if the number is prime then print that it is a prime, if it's not then print it's not a prime. So if n must be divisible by means it must give us the the remainder 0, then prime equals to false. Okay, and then break our statement, break our loop, because here the loop ends, because if the number is not prime then why we have to check it. Okay, now if prime, print number is the n is the prime number, else print n is not the prime number. So basically what its logic says that let's take a input n, we will take हम एक नंबर लेंगे उससे इनपुट में और हम कहेंगे कि प्राइम जो है अभी ट्रू है. ओके, सो अभी वो चेक करेगा उसके रेंज में, और अगर वो किसी भी नंबर से डिवाइड हो जाएगा तो मतलब वो प्राइम नहीं है, क्योंकि प्राइम नंबर क्या होते हैं जो किससे डिविजिबल ना हो अपने आप से और बस हम उससे हो. ठीक है, तो अगर वो किसी से डिविजिबल हो जाएगा तो मतलब वो नहीं है ना प्राइम. तो हम वही चेक करेंगे हम कि अगर वो किसी से रिमाइंडर 0 दे रहा है, फुली डिवाइड हो रहा है, तो प्राइम को फॉल्स कर दो और ब्रेक कर दो. अब अगर ऐसा नहीं हुआ है तो प्राइम ट्रू ही रहेगा, क्योंकि हमने स्टार्टिंग में ही इसको ट्रू इनिशियलाइज किया था. और अगर प्राइम ट्रू है तो प्रिंट करा दो कि नंबर हमारा प्राइम नंबर है, बट अगर वो फॉल्स हो जाता है तो प्रिंट करा दो कि नंबर हमारा फॉल्स है. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट. लेट्स टेक नंबर 13 which is a prime number, so 13 is the prime number. Let's take 14 which is not a prime number, so it is not a prime number. Let's take another number 23. 23 is a prime number, so I guess that you just check it and this is how it works. Okay, now we have another problem, that practice problem number 7. Okay, so now let's start with practice on problem number 7. And pattern. Okay, pattern question. Pattern means basically we have to print some patterns like using star or any other symbol. Okay, it's generally a very good question because there are these kinds of question are very good. So let's start. For I in range 5, how will it will print that star 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 is like this. Okay, print star star star, then multiply it with I plus 1, so that it will star and then star star, otherwise it will just star only, and then another line it will be star. Now just look here, star then star star then star star star, star like this. Okay, so there are a lot of, I guess, pattern problem. Like let me see pattern problem. Okay, so if we have to reverse it, then what we will do, just we will change our 5 to 0 and then minus 1. So now 5 then 4 then 3, they are like this. Now it is reverse. Okay, now let's take, we have output like this: star 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 star. Oh wait, yeah, star 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 star. Like this. So how will we make like this? So let's start with this. So for this we have to use two for loop, one for this, another for this. Okay, so let's use, so for let's use this as a 1 2 6, print star into I. Yeah, this is look like this. Perfect. We have 4 now, we just making it for 6. Okay, and then for I in range 4 to 0 till minus 1, print star into I. Now just look here, look at that, move from here and then there. 2 0 minus 1, yeah, 1 to 1, yeah, yeah. Now here it is correctly. Just look at here, look. Okay, so this is another pattern. Now let's suppose you want to print something like 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. Oh wait, 1 2 3 4 and then 1 2 3 4 4 5. So let's take that this is the our pattern. So for that we will use like this. Wait, let me show you. For I in range 1 to 6, because it moved to 5. For wait, we will use a nested loop here. Wait, I don't explain this concept. So nested loop is like nested if. Like how what does it mean? That using a loop inside a loop. Okay, using a loop inside another loop is called a nested loop. How we use it? We use it in only in for in while also, but generally in for, that for I in range and for j in range, and the range of j is depend on I. So 1 to I plus 1, and now print j comma and equals to this. This means that print in another line. Okay, and then print. So here it is. Okay, what if I comment this one? Look, it's print like this. So and equals to this and print this, help it in another line. Okay, maybe you understand. So this is the pattern. Now let's see some homework question and then we'll end our class. So first is print Fibonacci series. Oh wait, why is this here? Print pattern. Oh, we already done that. Wow, we've already done that question. This one is right here, this here. We will do it again, don't worry. So let's start with Fibonacci. So what is Fibonacci series? So Fibonacci series is a kind of series that that's like 0 0, then no 0 1 1 2 3 5, like this. Wait, let me just write here 0 1 1 2 3 5. So what does it mean? That is addition of first two numbers equals to third number. 0 plus 1 equals to 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2, 2 plus 1 equals to 3, 3 plus 2 equals to 5. Now 5 plus 3 equals to 7. Now 7 plus 5 equals to 11. So this is how it works. Okay, so we have to print this. So for printing this, print, not print, wait. Let's take a equals to 0 and b equals to 1, because we know that the first, wait, yeah, I guess that's enough. Yeah, so we know that the first number is always 0 and second number is always 1. So we have these number 2 as a constant, so we just take them. Now we will be using for I in range 10, let's take, and we'll print a. Yeah, okay, and after that we will just use a comma b equals to b comma a plus b. As I told you, what does this do? 0 plus 1 will give us the another third question. Wait, like 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So what does it say here? That a comma b, that 0 comma 1 will become b comma a plus b, like a equals to b and b, wait, let me, a equals to b, b equals to a plus b. This is what. So now 0 become 1 and 1 become also 1. Now they both become 1 1. Now 1 become 1 and 1 become 2. So the series will become 1 become 2. Okay, so like this it will print it and we'll get our Fibonacci series. Wait. For I and range Fibo 0 1 2 4 8. Oh wait, there is some code which we left. Is there any other? Number 1 0, then it will, okay wait, I just say that to print a. So we are just printing a. So a firstly becomes 0, then a will become 1, then a become 2, then a become 4 8 16. Then wait, how it is possible? I guess there's no code which we left behind as uncomment. Yeah, this is our Fibonacci. Wait, a equals to 0, then b equals to 1, and then for iron drain, let's take this like a comma b equals to b comma a plus 1 a plus b. Zero, yeah, there it is now. 0 1 1 2 3 5 8 13 21 34. So basically when we are doing this, it doing in a another manner, so we have to write it like this, then it will be do correctly. So here it is our Fibo, that 0 1 1 2 3 5 8 13, like this. Okay, so this is our Fibonacci series. Remember this, it's an important question. Okay, now we have an Armstrong number. So Armstrong number is like that the cube of the term becomes this term. Like let me give you an example. Like if we take 153, let me take 153 as a number. The cube of this number is 1 cube. 1 cube plus 5 cube plus 3 cube. Where is 3 cube? It equals to 153. Okay, and it is like 1 cube, 5 cube, 3 cube is also 153. So this is what Armstrong number means. Okay, तो तीनों का क्यूब का सम वही नंबर आ जाए तो उसे आर्मस्ट्रॉन्ग नंबर कहते हैं. ठीक है, तो हमें यही प्रिंट कराना है. बेसिकली हमें चेक करना है कि नंबर आर्मस्ट्रॉन्ग नंबर है या नहीं. ठीक है, तो इसके लिए हम थोड़ा चेक करेंगे. तो लेट्स टेक अ नंबर n इक्वल्स टू, लेट्स टेक इनपुट. नाउ let's take a temp because we will use temp here. Temp equals to n, and let's take a total which is equals to 0 now. So here we use while loop. So while temp is greater than 0, so digit equals to digit, temp is divisible by 10, and total equals to plus equals to digit raised to the power 3, and then temp modulus equals to 10. Okay, if this happen, if total equals to n, then we will say it's a Armstrong. Else print no. Okay, let me tell you what I just done here. That we will take temp equals to n, okay, and then total equals to 0. So when temp is greater than 0, like our input is greater than 0, it will check if the digit is divisible by 10. It gives the remainder, like it will just move digit equals to temp which is divisible by 10 also. Okay, like let's take some numbers. Let's take 153. Okay, so it will check is, so temp also become 153. Now total is 0, so it will check that temp is greater than 0, which is 153, obviously yes. So now digit will become temp and it divisible by 10. Matlab means it just give the remainder that will divisible by 10, which is equals to 3. Okay, so digit become 3. Now total equals to total plus digit to the power 3. So what is the digit to the power 3 is 9, and total becomes 0, so it will become 9 here. Now temp modulus 10. So temp modulus 10 is basically it will divide and give us what it does it mean. So temp is this. Okay, so what does it give when it 15? It gives us 15. Okay, now if total becomes n, total which is become r9 is become n, then the number is Armstrong number, else it is not. So let's check. Wait. Armstrong number. It check that it's 3, it's 3, it's 5, and it's 1, 5, and it's 3. So it's 153, so it's a Armstrong number. Let's take 154, 145, let's take. So no, basically it's not an Armstrong number. So this is Armstrong number concept, and you have to remember this, because I remember it, then only I can know. Okay, now we have a prime number. So I guess it's easy for us. So let's do it for I in range 2,101, because we will check to 200. Okay, that's why. So if we will use the same logic, prime equals to true nested loop for I in range. To n and break it. Okay, now just look here. 50. Now we will get a 50 prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. This is what it done. Okay. So let me tell you what does it done here. That I just tell that prime equals to true at first. So now let's check that in range to 2 to n is I is divisible by I. If it is divisible, because we know that prime number doesn't divide by any number, doesn't give remainder 0. So I just say if it give remainder 0 after get divisible by any number, so it's not a prime ना basically. That's what prime means, कि किसी से डिवाइड होकर 0 नहीं देगा. अगर उसने दे दिया, अगर लाइक किसी से डिवाइड होगा और 0 रिमाइंडर नहीं देगा, अगर वो डिवाइड होकर 0 रिमाइंडर दे रहा तो प्राइम नंबर ही नहीं है. तो मैंने सेम लॉजिक कहा कि अगर n डिवाइड हो रहा है तो प्राइम नंबर नहीं है और ब्रेक कर दो लूप को वहीं पर, ठीक है. बट अगर वो प्राइम है तो बता दो कि वो प्राइम नंबर है. ओके, नाउ वी हैव समथिंग लाइक रिवर्स नंबर. So what does reverse number mean? So reverse number, we have to print the reverse number. Wait, let's take our input so that we can wait, input here. So while n is greater than 0, print n into n should be n on n equals to this, and print so that it will give us in a new line. Just let's give a number 1 2 3 4 5. Oh wait, one, two, three, four, five. Wow, it become a infinite loop. But why it become infinite loop, guys? For n is greater than 0, that will be always true. So that's why it will move always. Maybe I should firstly नहीं, ठीक है. No, why does it printing no? Yeah, 5 4 3 2 1. Let's give number like 7806 6087. Okay, so this is how we can reverse number using while. We can using it by for loop also, that int input. Okay, for I in range, we'll use a step here. Okay, that's 0 to n plus 1 to minus 1. No, like n minus 1. We will use n minus 1 or n plus 1. I guess n plus 1, comma 0, comma minus 1. And just say that to print. Wait. Print I I don't think so it will work. Yeah, I guess so. Oh wait. Okay. It just take that number as a whole number and then reverse all the number from there. Okay, if we take to have to like this, it's just like, wait, let me show you how to take that. Then we have to use temp and digit again. Then temp equals to n and digit equals to, we have to use it like a string because we can't access number one by one. For that we have to make it string and then take a number one by one. So for what, we'll take len of str, len str string. बेसिकली हमने उस नंबर को एक स्ट्रिंग बना लिया, अब उसको डिजिट बाय डिजिट ले सकते हैं. एंड रिवर्स इक्वल्स टू 0. तो फॉर आई इन रेंज digit temp divisible by 10, which will give us the last number. Then we will just reverse it, rev into 10 and then add digit, 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 and then temp equals to temp 10 and print rev. I guess so it will work now. 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, finally it works. So what I done here, I just use that input, then I make it temp and then digit it, I just convert it into a string, then we use it to get a 1 number. This means it will just put out the last number and then store it in a digit, then it takes the last number and store it in digit, that last, then last, then last, and all them in a reverse order and put in a formation and then print this. Okay, basically done this. So and the print is all we have done. So this is the our class here, guys. So I think it's time to end the class. So thank you for being watching here, and I guess you have completed all the concept of the previous two classes, and this class is also you understand everything. So if you like this, just like the video, and if you have any problems, just comment it and I'll try to solve this in the next lecture or in the comment section. So thank you and have a nice day, guys. Okay, bye.